Welcome back to S&C Coaches React from Seek Strength, as you all should know by now. A lot of people have been asking for throwers S&C. So this is not quite throwers S&C. This is a very specific part of throwers S&C because it's so obnoxiously good. It's just so ridiculous that we wanted to do a video just on this alone, and it is throwers, shot putters, hammer throwers. Essentially, they're hang power cleans. Is it just hang power cleans basically?
Just hang power cleans.
Just hang power cleans.
They have incredible amounts of street prowess
or
street cred in the realms of hang power cleans. This came to our attention, obviously, besides ye commenting on it and telling us to watch certain people. When we were training in Qatar 2 years ago, a thrower called Ashraf was training with Miso, and Miso's father was helping him out with kind of his weightlifting style training. Genuinely one of the most impressive athletes I've just seen in my life.
Yeah, incredibly impressive. We were there in one evening session. Ashraf busts in with a big bag of delicious food, just wholesome. It was Eid, I think, so the last day of Ramadan. Comes in, shares food with everyone, incredibly nice with us, really friendly, really talkative. And then he proceeds to do high bar squats up to 170, but just jumps in like 50 kilos, like 70, 120, or 70, 120, 170, high bar, just ripping through them like so fast. And then does high box squats. His brother's in as well. His brother's not really an athlete, but he just does a bit of training with him. Drops the bar. Power cleans 125 colds, but like the most aggressively explosive 125 power clean. But this yet wasn't the most impressive part of that session.
No.
The most impressive part was when we were all kind of finished the training. Ashraf was finishing up his session. Proceeds to do sit-ups on the ground in the most aggressive, and I've yet to see, unmatched speed and power with sit-ups. Just fucking like... We couldn't.
No.
Because the other stuff, like obviously, we can power clean 125, we can squat 170. It was very impressive to see a lot of weightlifters squatting them with high bar speed. It was very impressive. But the sit-ups took the motherfucking biscuit.
No, the sit-ups, to this day, having seen a lot of athletes doing a lot of different sports in person and a lot of athletes training, those sit-ups were genuinely the most impressive thing I've seen someone do.
I want you to imagine a mousetrap closing. And this is what Ashraf looked like doing sit-ups on the floor. No support, no legs. So it was kind of V-ups. So he did sit-ups and V-ups. And it was the V-ups that was just ridiculous. And Ashraf was aware of how intense an athlete he was. Because he kept showing us videos. And he high bar or mid-box squatted like 305, I think was he said his PB. So we don't actually have any videos of Ashraf. I know he snatched like 140 and clean and jerked 180, I think, last year. But he's a hammer thrower, and I think he's going to the Olympics.
Here's him muscle snatching 110.
And over at squatting it. But it's how aggressive he's over at squatting it is. Very smoothly, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not aggressive. Oh, here's 140. Oh, here we go. What timing. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think there might be 180 clean and jerk in here. We might see some sit-ups actually.
Here we go. Some V-ups.
They were even more impressive in real life.
Yeah.
This video isn't doing it justice. So,
like, as you can see from these, he's just unbelievably athletic in general. Like, walking on his hands, doing those kind of weird crab turnovers. Just incredible amounts of proprioception and power as well.
I think with these, it's not that these are good for throwing. I think Ashraf is such a talented athlete that he can do these and make it productive throwing. Make it part of his productive S&C. Is that a backflip?
Here we have a backflip.
110 kilos, is he?
I'd say easily 110, yeah.
Backhand spring. 3 of them. No bothers. He's just unbelievably athletic. And such a nice guy as well.
So, having had a phenomenal experience meeting Ashraf, seeing how athletic he was, when people started telling us about throwers doing incredible hang power cleans, we're like, obviously.
He sent me a video.
Obviously, it's going to...
of one of the throwers doing hang power clean 213 for a 3. I'll send you that video actually.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who the thrower is actually.
It's this guy.
Is it that guy?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not up there. Maybe it's a secret video.
Okay.
So who's up first?
Up first, we have... Wait, actually, we'll go to a few earlier videos. So we have Jose Balavian, 97. we understand fully that we've just butchered your name, so sorry about that.
No, I think you nailed it.
So
206.
206 kilos for a hang power clean from the rack.
So when people look at these, right, and we see the American football players doing them, we see these guys doing them, and we're like, they could be so good at weightlifting, and I think that couldn't be further from the truth. This is an upright row. This is not a power clean. They catched him obnoxiously high. This is phenomenally impressive. This is the same way a hang power clean is. It's not related to a weightlifter's hang power clean. There's actually a lot of weightlifters who probably couldn't hang power clean. Even the supers couldn't hang power clean 206, 210, whatever, you know. This doesn't mean they could just go do weightlifting and be very good at it. There's probably a huge chance they could go do weightlifting and be very, very, very good at it. Let's just be clear. But we were kind of talking about this, right, in terms of its relation to their sport. And we kind of are of the opinion they don't really need to do it. You know, from the context of someone watching this, and there's a lot of throwers and a lot of people asking, because the thrower thing has come up a lot, to be fair. A lot in the comments. And, you know, the use of the Olympic lifts for athletes, and we'll talk about throwers specifically here, you don't really need to do this. It's nice add-on, but the weights they're using are so obnoxiously large it gets an effect. But for everyone else, the weights in between would be very, very difficult to get productivity from. And
the risk.
Yeah, that's a huge one.
A risk of doing a hang power clean at 200 kilos for anyone, like for Lasha, a hang power clean at 200 kilos is still risky, you know. If he didn't have to do it, he wouldn't be doing it. Let's move on to one of...
Especially strapped in as well.
Absolutely. Okay, so this is hang power snatch, 150 kilos.
This is like a hip snatch.
Yeah.
Hip power snatch.
USAW, favourite exercise to none.
Yes.
Is the hip snatch.
The hip snatch.
The hip snatch. Rivaled only in its love for it by CrossFit and their love of the hip snatch.
I think... Do you think I think the hip snatches or the hang snatch is probably more useful for throwers than the hang power clean.
It's hard to see how you'd even quantify its usefulness.
Yeah.
Like, in comparison, I definitely think you could see like a snatch possibly being higher in terms of skill acquisition and that kind of open shoulder position as they're going to overhead, because obviously as they swing a hammer overhead they have a quite open shoulder position. But
do you know what it is that so the acceleration in the snatch and the second pull is really important, but he's kind of missing out on there, but he's still getting the third pull. But that's why I'm saying their hang power clean is unrelated to weightlifting, because that second pull, normally at 200 plus kilo weights, when you're doing a hang clean or any clean, you're pulling underneath the barbell, you know. But they're turning that second pull into a really high row, you know. They're aggressively putting that speed in, so there is definitely a place for them. There's definitely a place for them, but that's obnoxious at 150.
Yeah.
See, he looks like someone who could definitely go do weightlifting and probably do all right. It's probably too late for him to hit huge numbers, but he could still probably do like 170, 210 or something.
Yeah. Next we have 207 kilo hang power clean.
Jesus
Christ. That was way better than 205.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
You're saying he's Chilean, is it? Chilean.
I think that's what it said on his profile. Unbelievably impressive. That looks like EUS University, Liberty University.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Maybe Philadelphia.
I'm digging the headband as well.
No, digging it. I'm all about this.
207 kilos. It's hard to argue that it's not useful because it's just so fucking heavy and obnoxious.
Yeah. Here we have reps with 193. See this, the position of going down really quickly, like that huge amount of loading in the eccentric phase. I think that's unbelievably valuable for them. But what is the actual loading when the bar is pinned into their quads? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like the meso style complex where he drops the bar down, grabs the bar on the way down, doesn't stop moving, and then he has like all this momentum as he comes below the knee. I think that's really valuable because there's a huge amount of kinetic energy built up there that he has to resist in that eccentric phase. But that's just they're just playing out aggressive and impressive. Team Chile, track and field, thrower, Liberty University, NBA, USA flag, and an eagle.
You were dead right, Liberty University.
Yeah.
That's obnoxious. 185 for a triple there a minute ago. Right.
Okay, now we have USA as well. I've just known him as Grip and Rip.
Right.
But his name is Kurt Jensen.
I've seen that name before, Grip and Rip.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
I remember a few years ago, Gert Brooks sharing on his story saying, all these weightlifters think they're strong. You need to go and look at some throwers. And he tagged this guy.
Yeah. And
to be fair, this guy is damn strong.
The throwers are easily the most like they fly under the radar so often when people think of like athleticism. You know, American people talk about weightlifters. So, if all athletes didn't go to the NFL, which I actually don't even agree with. I don't think that's like
that's not.
It's not the thing. What they're probably missing out is most of your athletes go to heavy athletics throwing events like this. There's definitely a few supers there who are missing out.
Yeah.
Now I know obviously there's a little bit of, a little bit of there's something.
Yeah.
There's stuff helping the athleticism, of course. But what's this?
This is 405. What's that? 180 kilos
for a muscle clean and.
Yeah,
push press. That's obnoxious.
Crazy. That push press is more obnoxious than the hang clean is.
Looks like he push pressed 200 kilos.
Yeah.
If he had a rack position and overhead position.
Incredibly impressive.
That's so fucking fast.
I
could see the push press being very useful.
Yeah.
I feel like the push press be the most useful of the Olympic variants. But they seem to just love doing the Olympic lifts, you know?
Yeah.
And more power to them. Fuck
Holy
me. What
shit.
The fuck was that?
So this is 435.
440 I think is 200 kilos. And he's got the Valesa shoes on.
Let's check.
435. Hang power clean.
197 kilos or somewhere around there.
Jesus Christ, that's all.
That is unbelievable.
I can see the push press being much more useful because you still get that explosion.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of follow through with the arms. You know, you get a lot of drive, and technically, it's much safer and definitely a lot easier to load and be safer with the mechanics of it. So I'd say if anyone is looking for like Olympic lift variants to get their athletes doing, so if, someone mentioned one of the things, they were like, I'd love to see some throwers because he wants to know about coaching his athletes. So if we're just talking about the Olympic lift variants specifically, I think if you've younger athletes as well, especially, I'd be probably going overhead, which sounds a bit funny, you know, but be going overhead with some kind of jerks, maybe even push pressing. I would leave the hang power variations go a little bit, unless you can do 210, and then you can tell me to shut the fuck up.
So this is 425 freedom units.
Jesus
for
Christ.
Sets of 4 on the push press.
These are much cleaner. Holy fuck. This is so impressive. I can't even tell.
This is incredible.
For a triple.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No, for 4.
Honestly, I was surprised how easy the sets were.
That
you and
is
me both, buddy.
Unbelievable.
Holy shit.
Let's just have a quick scan through here. I looked through most.
What's he deadlifting?
He deadlifts crazy weights. So
is that a clean and jerk by any chance on the right?
Okay, so this is only like 605 for some stiff-legged deadlifts. He has pulled some very big weights. From what I can see of his page, he seems to be doing an awful lot less Olympic lifting and a lot more heavy deadlifting.
Yeah, I could see that being much more useful.
Okay, so it's 460 hang power clean to make sure the body is still feeling primed.
Right. What's 460? Oh yes, this is the guy I have a video of doing 213 for a triple.
Yeah, same guy.
What's 460? What in
freedom unit
not in freedom units, in European units,
in oppressive units.
Jeez.
Around 210. Just shy of 210.
He's got those Valesa, the last wooden heel shoes. Keep going, I'd say.
Oh my god.
Is he wearing straps or no straps?
They're nearly all strapped in, but I can't see from this video.
That's fair enough.
He is wearing straps.
Look, if you're hang power cleaning 210, you can strap in like.
You can do what you want.
I love the powerlifting belt as well. Do we see a clean and jerk for him? Did I see what's the one on the far right there?
This one?
Yeah.
That's the one we just
watched. Below that. Why would you go to the one at the top right hand corner? Holy shit, 235, 238. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Wait. Play that again.
238 kilos.
Jesus fuck. That's where your weightlifters are gone, lads.
Yeah.
That's not an NFL. Not your really limmy, really fast fucking quarterbacks or linebackers or whatever in the NFL. They're not. Yeah. Your weightlifters aren't gone there. Your weightlifters have gone throwing. Holy fuck balls. Yeah. 238 kilos.
Your weightlifters have gone growing beards.
White Nike.
Jesus.
Fuck me. It's not in the NFL. This is where they are. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? That has to be useful for throwing. That has to be. I think the overhead stuff definitely is more useful for the throwing than it is for the hang power variations. Like, I think you could do if you're looking at this right now, if to give people some useful advice rather than us just oohing and ahhing at very impressive lifts, I would think if you have younger lifters, especially if you're coaching people or you're doing yourself, go for the pull variations. So hang pull variations, or better yet, block pull variations would be much better. So block high pull variations, snatch or clean, I'm actually not too bothered. Maybe snatch might be a little bit better. And then going overhead, I think would be a great one. So push pressing, behind the neck jerks, behind neck push press even, I think they'd be much more useful. What you should do then to decide the loading on your overhead work, especially your push press, is go by speed. So you can see with grip and rip, his are all very, very fast. And he could do a lot more if he grinded them out, but that would be no use for throwing, absolutely zero use. Because as we talked about before, muscle fibers, the speed of the movement is what type of muscle fibers recruited, not how fast your intention is to go. So fast lifts is what you want to be doing to recruit those actual fast muscle fibers, so type 2X and type 2A. So when you are doing push presses and you're doing them for yourself and your pulls, make sure that you're going as fast as possible. So let the speed dictate the weight. In fact, if you are very serious about your throwing, that's one scenario where I think if you got a velocity meter, you'd be doing something very, very interesting. I think it'd be the really, really smart thing to do. These are obnoxious weights, but they're obnoxiously fast weights. So I think that's where they're getting a lot of benefit from. So I think if you were throwers and you're trying to coach yourself for lifters, I'd be getting a velocity meter, high pulls, snatcher, clean, doesn't really matter, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
Not overtly. And then if you're going overhead, velocity meter movements would be very, very important. This is obnoxious. This 238 doesn't make any sense to my brain.
Thanks very much for watching the video. If you want to get some off-season programming, so if you're a thrower, a track and field athlete, or a field sports athlete, you want some off-season strength and hypertrophy work, go to the link below. It'll bring you to the website, and there's blocks there of our field athlete off-season strength and hypertrophy. Thanks.